The lesson.
Oh yeah.
Who were some of your guys' biggest influences, and who were you really listening to? I guess now as well as when you were, younger.
Yeah, I want to kick off.
Fucking the first shit that really got right in my head was fucking Corrupt, Dog Pound, Exhibit at the Speed of Life.
At the Speed of Life.
Like our fucking homeboy Barracks would have those two particular albums, and he was like, "You got to study this, like, because of the lyrical content." You know, it was such a heavy
At
lyrical
the Speed of
content.
Life, huge influence.
Massive, you know, Exhibit, Corrupt, Daz and Dog Pound.
He was on the West doing West Coast sound, but he had almost a New York influence, you know what I mean? So it was like an amalgamation of fucking...
It just sounded good.
DJ Muggs on the beats, and oh fuck, that shit's ridiculous.
Fucking CNN is a massive influence.
War Report?
Yeah, man. I think Capone is in one of my top 5 MCs, you know, like, actually War Report too, man, even though it's not till, you know, it's 10 years ago now, I think. But fuck, he slaughters it. His overall performance on every single verse.
Yeah.
It's like as good as fucking Ghost's performance on Only Built for Cuban Links. Like, absolutely destroys every verse.
Yeah.
So that guy, massive influence. Raekwon, massive influence. Big Pun. When we came across Pun, that changed our life, eh? Pun and Terror Squad, like it was
Terror
like,
Squad
holy hell.
Almost took us over for a couple of years.
Yeah, man. You know, beats are a massive thing, I think, to both of us. Like, I really like, even, I'd rather listen to something with a probably average verse and a good beat. You know, the beat sort of really hits me in the head when there's a beat that's right. I get right into it, and fucking those things with, you know, like Corrupt in his performance on Dog Pound, his album Streets as a Mother. Like, you know, you got the violins, the pianos. That was the shit that really, yeah, you know. We were a bit later, you know. I wasn't listening to rap in fucking 91 and 92 and 93 and 94. I didn't listen to rap till 98, 99. I didn't really get the bug till like 99, grade 12, you know. Like grade 12 was when I really got bitten. I was smoking the Chiba. I think Chiba has a massive amount to do with it, man. It just, Chiba and music have this fucking relationship.
Vividly remember grade 5 really is when I first knew about hip-hop or whatever I thought it was.
I remember hearing Doggy Style. I was grade 7. Doggy Style in grade 7, and I was like, this is so naughty. I got it on in the kitchen, you know, and my dad's just over there cooking dinner. I couldn't turn it up, but I was like, fucking, I mean, that shit, I would still bang that album today. Yep. Doggy Style. Like.
My mate Dane, he had some older brothers, which basically became my brothers as a young guy, and I had older sisters kind of thing, so they were my older brothers at the time, and still are. But in grade 5, I remember getting a little tape, a TDK tape, and it was Planet of the Apes, so it was pro-black, you know, West Coast rap, and that's the first shit I actually listened to, you know, and obviously, being a young dude, I had no idea what they were really talking about at the time. I just know I was stomping in my big black boots, you know what I mean? But yeah, I had no clue of what the content was as a young kid. But yeah, I started off on say like the Lynch Mob sort of stuff. A lot of really early West Coast, like Spice One. I was listening to Spice One, like grade 5. I was listening to Spice One, and I used to steal Dane's Brothers tapes for that sort of stuff. Yeah, and then I think around that time, I was listening to everything, you know, into, I think, probably Nirvana and, you know, Pearl Jam and the Eddie Vedders and all the good stuff that was happening around that time. So, still listen to hip-hop, metal and everything, but it wasn't until about 98 that really caught that hip-hop bug. And for me, it was like Wu-Tang, you know, Jizza for me. As a kid, once I got Liquid Swords album, I just had that in the CD, like the tape deck for maybe 3 years, you know. That was my little thing. And I've got a big Jizza tattoo on my arm, so, you know, he was a huge influence to me as a young kid. And the Wu, yeah. But
definitely.
But if we want to fast forward to now.
Oh, even, like, we had mad periods, Vinnie Paz, you know. Love him, man, love him. like fucking solid. Have mad disagreements with people about Paz.
I think all the way through, but our mob listening has probably been the most group we've listened to, maybe between us, like me and you when we're together.
Yeah. He put me on. I wouldn't listen to East Coast shit because I was listening to fucking West Coast shit, and they told me not to listen to East Coast shit.
Yeah, he refused to listen
I
to
didn't
them.
listen, and I hate it now. I look back and think I wasted fucking years not privy to some good music. Man. When it came out, it could have been experienced as it came out. He says not to listen to that.
Yeah.
Don't fucking listen to it.
And then what about in terms of Australian artists or groups? Who were some of your influences?
It was the boys who, like our crew that really introduced us to, they were onto it before we were. I personally, if I can say, when I first heard Australian rap, I didn't like it at all. I thought, what the fuck is this? And it took me, like, I remember coming over to Barrick's house at the time and he had some stuff on. I was like, no, I don't want to listen to that. But the next day, I had that shit turned up. I was like, because obviously I was relating to it and not even knowing, and I think
first shit that I heard
was Lazy and Strut. I think it was Legend. No, what was it? The first Authentic Legend. Authentic.
And
that was playing.
I can remember fucking chilling with Barracks.
So we were late to the
came
Oz
over
hip-hop
with
shit,
the Matter of Time. Hoods.
Yeah,
Matter of Time.
Matter of Time.
Holy
Damn,
fuck,
that's
that was Australian.
Yeah, actually, in terms of Australian hip hop, the Matter of Time would be an influence there. Yeah. Pressure was ripping verses apart on that too, and I think that was a big influence for me. I was like, oh fuck, these, you can go hard as a, in your own. I don't even know if I realised it was a different accent. I just knew it was natural.
Yeah.
You
can flow in Australian accent. You can do everything in a fucking Australian accent. Of course you can. Yeah. But when you're just transitioning over, you didn't realise it.
Because when I listen back to our stuff that we did when we were kids, you can still hear that little American accent in there. But we didn't hear it at the time. We thought we were rapping in an Australian accent. But when I listen to it now, I was like, fuck, we had an American accent. But at the time, we
didn't know any different.
Yeah. We've never had strong accents anyway, like in terms of being too ochre or sounding American. We've kind of been in between, and we sound like where we're from, really. Yeah.
So I guess in terms of releases, if we were to talk classic Australian releases, what are some of the titles that would come to mind?
Off tap.
Yeah. Stage is set. Matter of Time.
Well,
Left foot, right foot.
Left foot, right foot.
Man, not just like
Strut,
our opinion.
Authentic.
Eastern Bloc, fucking Freedom or Death was massive.
I don't know
influence.
If too many people know about the Freedom or Death, but
like
Judge and Acid, the two brothers.
The fella was Serbian from Sydney, so it was automatic.
I think Jovan had it first, man. But as soon as I listened to it, I was like,
sick.
Yeah. You can tell when it's people know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you're rapping about things you've never experienced, then it's going to come across in the music. Yeah.
Some of my favourite things to listen to would be Visiting Hours, the Hospice, Collabo thing. Like some of my favourite songs are on that.
Stitch Your Lips.
Stitch Your Lips, man. Yeah. That's got the Adelaide boys on it, you know?
Yeah.
When we first heard that, we were living together and we lived with Sus. And I remember being so happy. I was like, yes. I'd been waiting for that song.
Yeah.
I'd never heard it, but I'd been waiting for it. I was like, they're fucking rapping about fucking cruise shit. They can go down tomorrow night at the fucking park. Yeah. All of that, I was like, fuck. Taunts. I banged heaps of taunts, man. Decimation. I really love that album. Fucking Concrete Slang. I was banging that heavy. You know.
But what do you think about our earlier influences?
Before that even, well, I went through the stages set. I mean, what's that? That's 2002.
Yeah. Oh, well, I think Matty was pumping the Funkles a fair bit all the time. So we always had, it was mainly the boys playing it, you know. We weren't even, they're the ones that were going out and buying the CDs and stuff, and we just sort of hear it. And
Layla Heretic.
Yeah, that was a bit, that was cool.
Yeah. It was cool, and fucking Disaster. Made beats for that, like specifically for that.
Yeah, I think we mentioned that before. Yeah. Disaster does this flip of a Cher song on that.
Yeah, wow.
And then it took me ages to figure it out. And then I was at my old man's playing pool, and it come on. He was playing Sher. I was like,
Find
this
the
is where
sample.
he's chopped the sample from. Fucking
Unreal.
Sher record. I was like, this dude's a
Unreal.
fucking magician, you know? Yeah.
The last 7. Oh, yeah.